Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pedro, and we're going to be talking about an advanced practice council, how we create one, what is important in this case for the Magnet Award. So, a council is no other thing than a community of practice. Now, we're going to have a bunch of professionals within our healthcare system or community that are going to share common interests, and it's going to help us to improve our knowledge, skills, and the practice within this system. Now, these communities are built around collaboration, shared learning, and problem solving. Okay, we're going to improve the patient care and support the development of other professionals. Now, the purpose of this council, is to foster learning and improve professionalism. We're going to create a space where members can exchange expertise, experience, like they can research findings and use the best practices to improve the clinical and organization outcomes. This community is going to support the continuous learning through interaction, mentoring, and exposure to diverse perspectives, helping members to stay up to date with the latest practice and innovations. So, one of the other things that this council is responsible is to identify the problems in the healthcare and develop practice on evidence-based solutions that will enhance the outcomes. The council encourage creativity and provide a supportive environment where new ideas could be discussed, tested, and refined. They have to contribute or they will contribute to the development of new guidelines, quality standards, and policies within our healthcare system. Now, this council is a group of professionals and stakeholders within our community or healthcare system that, like I said before, they share a common interest. In this case, the Magnet Award. They share an interest, they share passion, they share concern about something related within our community or healthcare system. They come together to share knowledge and they collaborate to solve problems and improve practice by learning from each other. All members have a common focus, such as patient safety, like disease management, education, public health, or like healthcare technology. And then they're going to engage in joint activities and discussions to help each other by sharing information. They're going to build strong relationships that are going to foster trust and learning. Now, these communities are grounded in real world healthcare practices. The members of this practice are going to be doctors, CNOs, nurses, like research, IT. All these people are just going to develop and share like a repertoire of resource, experience, stories, and solutions to the common problems that we have right now. And we're focusing on the Magnet Award. So all these troubleshooting, all this experience, all these quality improvement will be for us to be able to qualify or to get that award. Now, the community of practice facilitates continuous professionalism. They facilitate development through peer-to-peer learning, mentorship, and they collaborate on research and quality improvement projects. Their aim is to improve patient care and healthcare system by fostering innovation, implementing best practices, and disseminating new knowledge and policies. Now, this council has a lot of responsibilities too, okay? So, in this case, the council is for the Magnet Award. And we're talking about the highest national honor for nursing excellence. And this is award to the healthcare organization that can demonstrate exceptional nursing, high quality patient care, support nursing development, and promote leadership. And that's a lot. So this means that the council will have the responsibility to assess if the hospital meets the Magna criteria. They need to collect data, analysis that data, and then by using evidence-based data, they need to encourage nursing innovation and involve all these nurses in the decision process. Okay, they need to promote the culture of excellency. They need to create new ways to educate our community, our nurses, and promote that professionalism. So the members of the council, in this case, is almost everyone within our community of practice. We have the CNOs, we have someone that is actually will be like leading the project. In this case, will be the magnet program coordinator. We need to involve the nurses managers, the educators, the bedside nurses. At the end of the day, this award goes to the bedside nurses. We are enhancing that clinical practice. We are creating those leaders to improve our patient care. Now, the guidelines for the council, we need to ensure that there's a broad representation within the hospital. We need to be sure that we have an equity, a balance of expertise. We need to define roles and responsibilities. We need to include members from different healthcare like departments and sectors to reflect the diverse needs of patient and communities like doctors, nurses, like IT, administration. We're striving for representation from underrepresented groups, like with diverse backgrounds. We need to include a mix of experienced professionals and emerging leaders to support mentorship and fresh perspectives. We need to create a clear outline for the expectations to ensure like there's an effective engagement and accountability too. So for the strategies for recruitment, we need to determine the number and type of roles that we need based on the council and the council's goals. We need to be transparent, we need to be inclusive, we need to engage with other professionals and institutions. We need to create networks between institutions or companies. We need to identify gaps in expertise and the community representation. Clearly state selection criteria, including desire, experience, skills, and diversity consideration. Now, from a diverse panel to review applications, well, we need to create a diverse panel to review applications, minimizing bias, and ensure fair representation in the selection process. We can partner with different medical colleges, nursing association, universities, and other health care organizations that can nominate qualifying candidates for this council. Now we can use, you know, we can do this for experience. Now if we want like fresh point of views, we need to go within our institution. By tapping into professional networks or academic forums, we can identify knowledgeable individuals who can contribute to our goals. Okay, we'll provide all the new members with a thorough orientation and covering the council's purpose, structure, and expectations. Now, within this decision making of the council, we need to be um, clear. Okay, so we're establishing a clear framework. We're going to identify issues so we can go around them. We're going to ensure that there's equal sharing of information. We're going to be able to apply decision making tools. We're going to document all these decisions so we can just forward this information to a CNO and the directors, and they can understand what are we doing for the program and within this council. So first and foremost, individual council members need to understand and agree that they are making decisions for the greater good, that they are representing their organization, their department, or their service line. We need to define the council's mission, authority, and scope of decision makings. Okay, we need to be clear on all that. Also, we need to clarify the roles of every member and their expectations. Prioritize agenda items based on urgency, impact, alignment with strategic goals, and member consensus. We're going to distribute all the material that we need and evidence before every meeting while using plain language so to ensure that everyone will be on the same page. Okay, we're going to encourage respectful dialogue and allocate equal opportunity for all members to contribute. We're going to record, like I said before, all the decisions, all communication outcomes to the stakeholders. We're going to include timelines, responsibilities, and follow-up actions for each decision. Okay, we need to set timelines to review outcomes and identify unintended consequences. Okay, because sometimes we're going to make a decision, we're going to have results that we weren't prepared for it, so we need to deal with them and then just go around, fix them, and move forward. We're going to use feedback loops to inform future decision making and improve the process. Periodically, evaluate the shared decision making process and revise guidelines based on members' feedback and lessons learned. And this is basically all the information that we have about the decision making and about the council. Remember, all this information is going to be specifically for the magnet program, but all this information is actually just how you're going to build a council for any type of program, any type of decision that you need to make within your institution. And it's going to work because it's a solid frame of how we can select professionals, how we can interact with them, and what is their goal, what can they do to improve our institution. Okay. Thank you very much and have a good day.